Truls. Can't really say much. Ma Long, what are you going to do? Be like, hey, talk to him. What's happening here? Ma Long, horse dragon, as it's translated.
Red and blue.
Wow.
Blue.
It's respect. He's from Truls.
Ma Long in the toss. Receive. Which side?
Well, Ma Long kept his social distance there. Barely came over for the coin toss. Tied his shorts, said receive as he was walking away. Wow. I don't know. You just feel so distant right now, Ma Long. We love you. But I'm feeling a distance in our relationship. The whole world who's watched table tennis has felt some deep emotion around Ma Long. And almost all of it's positive. He's 35 years old, the most celebrated man in the game, 46 titles to his name. How many players can you name that have 11 more titles than they have years of being alive? From 2015 through 2017, at least the first half, it felt like everything Ma Long played, he won. Few could cause any inconvenience in his way to the title. But at 22 years old, the world ranked number 20 after being a finalist at the World Championships in Houston 2021, rose to massive international celebrity. $15,000 to the champion here. And being here in the round of 32, even the loser of this match gets enough to make, well, quite a good amount of money for people almost anywhere in the world. 89% favoring Ma Long. So far for me, the matches that I've called today, this is the most one-sided fan vote that I have seen. Sweden, well, it's not necessarily just patriotism. It could be people in Sweden saying, I love Truls, I'd love him to win, but my honest opinion is the man who's being coached by a man with an awesome haircut has the better chance. Congratulations, Wang Hao, on your new due. Wasn't too long ago that we had essentially National Haircut Day for the Chinese team in Singapore the day after the Lunar New Year finished. It's a good day for everyone to get a haircut, so everyone looking fresh. Ma Long taking his time.
Body to serve, level.
As he will, dries the hand, cools it with some air, and it's Truls Moregard with the serves to start it off.
Let love all.
Awkward as usual. He'll do anything. Truls Moregard can touch the ball in almost any way from any position and still find a way to get it back on the table. Incredible. This rally. It's such an uncomfortable game to play. That leaning forehand, the quick backhand, the change of pace, but Ma Long gets everything back. Little fun fact for you. The winner here gets the winner of Isaac Kwek, Singaporean star, and Im Jong-hoon, one of the top players for Korea in recent history. Perfectly half-long serve. You could see Truls with very, well, a lot of indecision there. Thought the ball would come off the table, and by the time he realized it might not, had to try and keep it deep to the baseline.
2-3.
Good spin here from the vice champion, Truls Moregard. A nickname created by Chinese fans based on his Instagram profile.
3-4.
Taste of his own medicine here, Ma Long having to deal with a half-long shot. It's rare to see someone put indecision into Truls Moregard's game. It's one of the things he does best. He decides incredibly quickly, and that gives him a big advantage. Right down the line, the grunts. A very clear apology there from Truls Moregard for that net ball with the opening backhand. Put him in an immediate advantage. Again, top of the net, but a
5-3.
punch backhand. It's funny, him and Adriana Diaz, two of the most spectacular players in the game, because they can just do whatever they want to the ball, it seems, and that backhand punch is one key ingredient that they share.
6-3.
Top of the net as well, a lot of fortune favoring the vice champion at the moment. Mixing up his apologies here with a quiet hand raise. Step around as well. This makes me want to look into their head-to-head and get you some specifics ASAP. We've seen Ma Long beaten in Game 1 before, even at the World Championships. Michelle Levinsky of USA did that, and Ma Long quickly turned things around. Ma Long doesn't take kindly to being beaten even a game. Love this rally.
4-7.
The positioning around the table from these two, so challenging. Soft chop block there as Ma Long brings it back to the wide forehand. Clever play.
Red 4-7.
Heavy rotation on it. Ma Long knows how to do this and do it well. Wang Hao, earlier I was describing the reverse penhold backhand. He's the greatest of that shot we've ever seen. It's funny, Wang Hao took a little time after becoming a coach to relax, eat whatever he wanted, and now he's back in shape. Chop block was too good, took all the pace off it. Truls, that short backhand side underspin, get ready. That one. He doesn't hold the racket like anyone else. He's constantly changing grips. He's got two fingers up on the back of the racket quite often.
6-8.
During his Ask a Pro Anything interview years ago, someone asked, will you change that grip? He's like, well, it seems to be working for me. Much like Yuna Ojio of Japan and her claw grip. When you get to a certain level, you just have to keep going. You keep building on it.
7-8.
Little apology from Ma Long, first we've seen in some time. Remember, 13 years difference between these two.
Okay.
The only encounter they had, Ma Long won 3-0 at the World Championships in 2022 in Chengdu. It's a team event.
8-all.
Now, one thing about that backhand punch, and Truls knows this, I think this is what he was saying to himself, is that when you have a little extra height on the ball or you're closer to the table, you can do it. But this is a low spinny ball to the baseline, so it's not going to be easy. 8 points apiece now. Stepped around, and Ma Long guides it back. It's not the first time we've seen Ma Long played the wide forehand. And here, it's just that he's got so much backpedaling to do. This ball's actually middle of the table. See the frustration from Truls.
10-8.
Is it 8-4? If so, that's 6 in a row for Ma Long. Either way, no question about who's in control right now, who's got the momentum and the game points. The man with the serves, Ma Long. How did Ma Long cover his middle like that? How did he do it? Mid-air, finds a way to play the forehand. Take a look one more time. Long push, that one, pulls the elbow back, turns the torso sideways, and manages somehow to escape victoriously there. All his momentum was moving the other way, but agility and ability from the most complete player in the game, Ma Long, as he takes game one, 11-8 for a 1-0 lead. So here's a look at the top 8 seeds, the top 8 men who were here. Fan Zhendong, the top seed, currently world number 2 for the first time in a little while. Ma Long with Liang Jingqun already through. Felix Lebrun Calderano already through. So how many seeds will move on? Time will tell. We've got 2 days in the round of 32, and Ma Long with his test here. Got a slow start in game number 1, or I could say his opponent got quite a fast start, and while he was tested, he did not allow game 1 to go his opponent's way.
Second game, Level.
Ooh, glittery Ma Long fan. Looking pretty cool. Goat, I like it. Gonna fly all this way, make it worthwhile, make it count.
1-love.
Interesting. Take a look one more time. 7 of the last 8 points for Ma Long.
Love 2.
I shake my head in disbelief. I think to myself, Ma Long has had his trials, his tribulations, as they say, the hurdles throughout his career, knee surgery in 2019.
1-2.
He's got a teammate who's his kryptonite in Wang Chuqin, the now world number 1, once again. I think his 4th week there, maybe. Slow spinny one handled comfortably. Truls down the line. Sees the opening. Not a high ball. Wow. That's not an easy ball to play. Truls did it casually, but low to the net and right to the baseline.
2-3.
Finding the middle a little bit more into the body. Not easy to find the middle on Ma Long. Good awkward spin and then the full commitment forehand. Getting Ma Long to play the forehand from right in front of that elbow.
Leg 2-3.
Little extra effort here pays off for Truls. At the first towel break, he's got the lead once again. Again, the way he contacts the ball, it seems like it's different every time. The follow-through, nothing is textbook about Truls. It's one of the reasons he's so fun to watch, the creativity. A backhand punch, Ma Long with an open face of the racket. Really has to open up to keep that out of the net. Makes it look easy. Most players put that ball into the net. Not just open the face of the racket, but he lifts a little bit when he spins. Beautiful racing punch down the corner there. Short stroke. Quick recovery, looking for these faster rallies. Shorter rallies offer more possibility for upsets, much like a shorter match, a best of 5. Recovering the net, it's Ma Long on the other side. Really not easy to do with Truls under the table playing these heavy spin shots. Ma Long pulls that right leg back in the blink of an eye. His reaction time, scary. Nice parallel off the bounce here from Truls.
Play already?
Play already. Nice way to let the players know.
6-5.
Not a lot of weaknesses in that man right there, Ma Long. If you were to point to any place you might try to win points, other than trying to catch him on the middle, the wide forehand has been his Achilles heel in some way. There it is.
5-7.
The point before wasn't easy to find. Truls takes this one right off the bounce. Take a look at the combination, step around. Okay. Timing still early with Ma Long behind the table. Ball hadn't quite reached its peak. An extra side spin on it to make it bend.
Five, 8.
Now, Ma Long in the backhand game every once in a while has an explosive backhand, but it's not how I would describe his backhand. And it's also a clear reason in that replay why high backhands are so unpreferred. Jorgen Persson, the coach right now for Truls Moregard, one of the only players who's been able to really make the most of those high backhands. And dead even on serve success. Before that, the Ma Long stepping ahead now. Nothing fancy from Ma Long, just precision. The pendulum serve in the third ball attack.
9-6.
Looking for a game, remember, in their head-to-head, Truls Moregard has not taken a game off of Ma Long before. Ooh.
7,
Top
9.
edge of the racket. A lot of edges on that racket, as opposed to one continuous circular one. Although the claims are that there's more surface area for playing, it should be a larger sweet spot for players. Truls Moregard helping that racket sell out for months.
8, 9.
After picking it up, playing for a few weeks, and then making the World Championships final. And now a timeout on the Swedish side.
Timeout.
Little conversation time between legends, coaches, and players. It's funny, that's probably the clearest I've heard Wang Hao,
8, 9.
Yu Ziyang, Zhou Qihao, some of the others here, Shui Fei, Liu Heng, watching on from the crowd here, along with the Chinese fan. But plenty of fans in China for that man as well. Truls Moregard up by 1 out of his timeout. And Ma Long sends it blasting past down the middle. As fast and confident, side underspin, but mostly side. By its second bounce, there's not much more on it. And played right down the middle of the table, Ma Long. A perfect recipe for success.
Let 9-0.
Soft hands from Ma Long.
10.
Shuts down that third ball attack that Truls was looking for. Thought maybe he had set up. Left only to play a more passive shot inside the table. It is now game point for Ma Long. Right down the middle once again to finish from behind the table. Ma Long once again comes back from way down. Really impressive, his mental abilities here. Truls Moregard, one of the best in the world, played the Chinese Super League with an impressive record. He did well. He beat a lot of Team China. But Ma Long is different. He's built different. He is simply different. Scores on screen 11-8, 11-9. It's 2-0 for Ma Long. Players come back to the table for game 3. Ma Long leading 2-0 right now. Truls Moregard has said he's confident against
game, water to serve, level.
Players on the Chinese national team except for Wang Chuqin after being confident last time.
Love.
Understandable. I mean, for almost anybody in the world to claim that they're confident against Wang Chuqin at this point in time, you'd have to wonder if they're being honest or why they're so confident.
2 love.
Ma Long with the finest contact here for the spin shot. Arcing spin right to the baseline. 7 of the last 8 points for Ma Long.
3 love.
Again, China, like many other nations, have not chosen their Olympic candidates. Right now, you would imagine Ma Long would be there as the 3rd player to be the team player. Wang Chuqin and Fan Zhendong in singles.
Love 4.
But you never know.
Love
Net recovery
5.
for a net ball. Ma Long starting very differently than he has the last 2 games. He's just dissecting. And the first point here for Truls Moregard is he sends it down the line on the chase. Again, wide forehand. Not easy to find it. Ma Long has built the most successful career of anybody in the game in modern history and then some, by building a game around his skill sets. That's the thing about table tennis. You don't have to have every skill in the game at the top of the top.
5-2.
Quadri Aruna. He's got a wonderful backhand, but compared to his forehand or compared to his compatriots, let's say just the players he's beaten over the years from Team China and around the world, he's built a game around his forehand.
Two, 6.
Right into the middle, and right now, Ma Long just seems to be handcuffing Truls. More explosive backhand there as he gets the whole body into it. Nice
3,
punch once
6.
again down the line. Not easy to find it, but Ma Long is a forehand dominant player. He knows his skill sets. He knows what he'd prefer. Truls is going to look for that quick opening on the forehand side early in the rally, wherever he can.
6,
Nice touch
4.
on this one, shortens it up a bit. Easier said than done in terms of finding the wide forehand, as Ma Long's got incredibly fast feet, and if you don't play it wide enough, if he's able to reach it, you have to deal with his best shot. This is the gamble. Could argue that everything in life is a gamble. Playing it safe, you're risking mediocrity.
6,
Depending
5.
on the specifics of the circumstance, of course, but Truls here goes inside out to the backhand as Ma Long has started to creep over to the wide forehand, recognizing the patterns. And in this point, stays planted fairly centered on that backhand corner. Just covering that wide forehand in the point.
5-7.
But how do you really feel? If there was just a vine of grapes beneath him right now, there'd be enough wine to feed the entire city of Incheon right now. Truls Moregard getting crunk in here.
5-7.
Maybe he's better when he's angry. We saw him at the World Championships in Houston against Im Jong-hoon. Was that the one where the racket flew across the table from 0-3 down, 4 in a row, 6 of the last 8 for Truls Moregard. A lot of work for a point here from Truls. Ma Long going on the chase, the run in this one. I'm curious about the running regimen. We look at the muscles in the legs of Ma Long. He's said it before, and I'll repeat it. His only fear is injury. And one way to prevent physical injury is taking care of yourself. A few more bumps on the leg now than maybe years back, but a lot of muscle still. Oh man, turned and burned. Kebab time right now. Steps around and a long way to go to get back to recover. Not a bad shot at all, but Ma Long adding side spin on that to bend it out of reach. Curious what Truls said there. Turned, if he was saying something about seeing the serve.
Seven, 9.
2-point now. That's the difference. 2-point lead for Ma Long. Looking to close this out.
Eight, 9.
Good step around here. Pressure continuing to build for Ma Long. 1-point game, and the fans with a subtle pancake flip there, where Ma Long shows a passive shot and then flips it over. Maple syrup waiting. Has now earned himself 2 game points at the towel break. Take a look here. Truls, low to the net, side topspin on the pendulum. The quality receive does not make it easy. We've seen frustration in many forms here. Truls holds himself to an incredibly high standard. Reasonably so. Match points, Ma Long. Well, the captain has captured, the dictator has dictated, and the dragon has breathed fire on his opponent. The greatest of all time moves on to the round of 16. Top 32 in the world, well, number 4 in the world rankings. Has